The James Webb Telescope has completed its first year of service as the successor to the Hubble telescope. The tennis court-sized telescope is 940,000 miles from home, with its 18 mirrors in perfect alignment. George Will, writing for the Washington Post, gave the picture of how precise this alignment must be. If we imagine that each mirror is the size of the continental United States, functionality would rely upon them being no more than 2 inches out of perfect positioning. When building the telescope, NASA had to take into account the negative 388-degree temperature in which the telescope would live. Having this in mind, engineers had to calculate how much the mirrors would contract and construct them perfectly oversized here on Earth. Gazing back in time, the telescope has captured images from 13.4 billion light-years away. This means a distance that would take 13.4 billion years to travel if you traveled at the speed of light the entire time. Conversations on what became the James Webb Telescope began before the Hubble Space Telescope's launch in 1990. An early idea was to build the next telescope on the Moon. In the mid-1990s, the conversation had shifted to a space telescope that would use infrared light, allowing us to see past dust and gas clouds, and the telescope would exist in an orbit beyond the Moon. NASA agreed to fund research on the possibility of a telescope in 1997. By 2002, construction began, and it was given the name the James Webb Telescope. In 2005, NASA approved the European Space Agency's rocket to carry Webb into space. By 2011, the mirrors for the telescope were finished. The mirrors were constructed out of beryllium, with a thin coating of gold. The mirrors had to pass temperature tests to ensure that they could survive in space. By 2020, the telescope passed tests to see whether it could survive the bumpy ride into space intact and remain fully functional. On Christmas Day 2021, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope was launched from South America. It took about 7 months before the telescope called to say that our pictures were ready. On July 11, 2022, President Biden revealed the first full-color picture the telescope sent back. According to NASA.gov, it was the highest resolution image of the infrared universe ever captured. Scientists today continue to debate how water first reached Earth, and the Webb Space Telescope may have spotted a clue 370 light-years away. Webb's most recent discovery is its detection of water in a rocky, planet-forming zone of outer space surrounding the star named PDS 70. That water vapor is so near this star as planets are being formed means that Earth may not have had to rely solely upon water-bearing asteroids smashing into our planet. Before Webb was launched, we Earthlings had our fingers crossed, hoping it would have a 10-year lifespan. However, NASA scientists now estimate that Webb may have enough propellant to serve a 20-year term as our planet's greatest telescope yet.